What is up, guys? Now I'm NarendraTheComic, and I love a good, terrible, bad, awful shit. Nope, I don't love them all. Rom-coms are generally pretty damn garbage. I think I've only liked one rom-com in my entire life, and that's Crazy Stupid Love. That was a very good film. It's one of my favorite films ever, actually. Just a very cool concept, very different. I guess this film does have crazy in it, so I guess it's got that going for it. But we're going to be talking about Crazy Rich Asians. Now, this is a film I was excited for, not because it was an Asian cast or anything like that. I mean, I don't care if it's Asian, if it's black, if it's Hispanic, if it's white, if it's Russian. Russians are white. I just care if the film looks good, and this looks like a not bad rom-com, which for me is a win. With a film like this, because of the quote-unquote representation, which I hate that word, you know, it's like, oh, I don't see myself represented on screen. Well, I guess you just can't identify yourself with any human being. So you have serious issues, my friend. My friend, you have problems. With this word representation, someone is inevitably gonna get left out. And that is exactly what has happened with this film. And even SJWs have had a go at this film in certain ways. It boggles my mind. It's what you want. If you're that side, that extreme, that's what you want. You want everything like that. But there's still problems. Now, if this film was based in China, the point I'm about to make would be completely invalid, because it would make no sense. But because it's based in Singapore, there are issues. And the issue is that there are no signs of Indians or Malaysians in this film whatsoever. It's like they're not even in Singapore. It's sort of like, you know, they do like whitewashing or whitewashing where they make all the characters white, which is like a thing. They've sort of done yellow washing here, I think. I don't know if that's racist. Am I being racist saying yellow? Because I don't know, but they've done East Asian washing, I'll say that. Because in Singapore, and I know a couple of people from Singapore, I know the population is at least 20%, if not 25% Malay and Indian. So it has a majority of Chinese people there, but 100%, I'm 100% sure that it is not an ethno-state. Where this goes really is the question of, are Indians, are Malaysians, are they Asian? I mean, Asia is in Malaysia. So from America, there is this viewpoint that Indians or people from the subcontinent of Asia, South Asia specifically, aren't Asians. Like, guys, they're in the continent of Asia. Like, that's where Indians and Pakistanis and Bangladeshis, that's where they're from the south of Asia, you know. I don't necessarily have a problem with the film, apart from this misrepresentation, quote unquote, which I hate the word, of Singapore. My main gripe with it is probably the fact that there are some very, very wealthy individuals who are of Asian descent, whether that's, I'd assume, East Asian descent, who are going out and buying cinemas, theaters, and tickets. So what they're doing is essentially saying, come and see the film if you want to see it. I've got free tickets. Please enjoy the film. The issue with this is that, one, they're buying the tickets, so even if no one shows up to the showings, which I'm sure there'll be a lot of empty seats, like, it's just true, the film is still getting the money. So people are just basically donating money to the film at this point. It's not like, oh, we're going to say, you are donating money to a movie studio. This is madness. And it's actually a terrible thing for Asians in cinema long term, especially in America and Britain, because you've essentially, by doing what you've done, given this film steroids. You've given it artificial help to do well. I don't know how much that is. It might be a couple of $100,000. It might be even more than that people have put into this, because there have been a lot of people who've done this. And it's going to make people who eventually look at the numbers say, look, this film did pretty well. But really, not every film that has an Asian cast or Asian lead is going to do this well. It's just true. There are films that are going to bomb. There are films that are going to do well. There's going to be a film with an Asian lead that's going to flop. But the studios think it's going to do well because of what's happened here. But really, it's not, because you've falsified the numbers here. Big picture-wise, buying out cinemas is an awful idea. Because if it was just like the cast in their local cinema, that would be chill. But it's a fact that just random people are just like, I bought a cinema out, alright? So come see the film. It's like, well, no. It comes off very ingenuine. Ungenuine? Disingenuous. That's the word. That's the word. As I said before, SJW still had a problem with the film because they weren't casting Chinese people in the roles, which is confusing to me that they still have problems with it. I think Glenn Close actually said something recently And I don't know if she's going to get a lot of backlash for it. I saw there was an article on it, and she said actors are actors, they're there to embody someone else essentially, which is 100% what I believe. It was the whole thing about trans actors, should a trans actor play them or a non-trans actor play them? It's whoever fits the role better. It's not about what you are, it's what you can bring to the role. There's a difference, there's a distinctness there. And she's probably going to get a lot of hate for that. But my point is, they were getting at some of the actors for being half Chinese, Eurasian, for being cast as these characters, or that they were a different type of Asian being cast as these Chinese Singaporeans. And it comes down to that famed saying of, I don't know why I did that, they'll never be happy. They shift goalposts. As I said, it's the GPS, goalpost syndrome. It's what they do. They will never be content. You can give them the fucking moon on a plate. I don't know why you'd want the moon on a plate. They might want it. You never know. And they'd still have a problem if that's what they wanted. They'd still have an issue with it. Oh, it's like dealing with a spoiled child, really. It is not an attractive thing to see. No. So hey, the film made a lot of money. It made like 25 million opening weekend. It beat out the Megalodon, as Jason Statham would say. It did a solid job there. What is the second weekend drop-off going to be? Because that's really the big marker there. Because something can have a great first opening weekend and then have a 70% drop, and it's like, wow, this film flopped. So I hope it doesn't do that, but I do see maybe a 30-40% drop, which isn't that bad, to be honest with you. But considering how 25 million is not a small amount of money, but in cinema terms it's basically nothing. One more thing, this film might be a big success. It might make $100 million worldwide, which would be pretty good for the budget it had. Many years ago, maybe even before I was born, there was a film that came out called Joy Luck Club, and that was an Asian film with an Asian lead, big Asian cast, and people recently have been lauding it, saying how much of a success it was. And when people saw that, they should have looked into making more films with Asian leads. And then I looked at the box office of the film and the budget, and I was like, this film barely made any money at all. What are you guys on about? They were lauding it like it was the biggest box office success in history. Like the actors and the cast and pundits, and I was like, you guys are chatting absolute shit. The film cost over 10 million to make, and it made 30. So really, well, the 30, I'm going to break it down. The 30 gets broken up. You're going to take 1/3 of it at least is gone to the cinemas, left with about 18 million. Then with marketing on top of that, you're going to lose a fuck ton of money. So really, people are making things false facts and unrealistic, and it's pissing me off. This film might be a success, and I hope it is, but Joy Luck Club really wasn't. But anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel down there. If you didn't, then just fuck off. Yep, basically I have nothing. My camera is running out of charge, so just subscribe anyway. Now, I've been NarendraTheComic. You have been great, and I'll see you next time. Skadoosh.